When you're when you're thinking about your personal brand, look for those types of opportunities that are like a super random, super like, oh, this little thing like shows up in my life. How can I help to infuse who I am in a really authentic, helpful way? And super cute. Hold on. Looking good. Hey guys. Okay. So I was just at a friend's wedding and literally this was almost like it felt like a shotgun wedding. I talked to her on Monday and she's like, by the way, we're getting married on Saturday. I'm like, what? What? I thought you guys were married. They had some kind of weird thing that happened with their marriage license and something happened. So they needed to have their wedding redone. I said, okay, so where are you doing it? She's like, we're just going to be in the living room and we're going to have, she's like, my in-laws are going to be there and some of this other couple friends of ours. And she's very super small. We're going to do a little bit of a treat afterwards. It was fantastic. And so like, thanks so much. And we went, my daughter and I went, and it was very simple. It was a lovely little thing. But here's the thing. When you're when you're thinking about your personal brand, look for those types of opportunities that are like a super random, super like, oh, this little thing like shows up in my life. How can I help to infuse who I am in a really authentic, helpful way? And so I literally texted her last night. I'm like at 9 o'clock at night. I said, hey, so for the wedding tomorrow at 3 p.m., do you have anybody who's taking photos? She's like, no. I said, I can do it. I have a decent camera. I can totally take some photos. I am not a wedding photographer at all. I've never photographed a wedding before, but this is just very simple. I mean, literally, it was like maybe a 15-minute little thing. And that's just because the reverend who was there like read a poem and then said a couple of prayers or something like that. And so it was not complicated at all. So I felt okay about offering photographic skills, even though that's not something that I would ever say that I am that type of a person. And she was so grateful that I said, hey, can I take photos for you? Because she's like, I didn't even think about that. Like she was just thinking about getting a dress for herself. They have two little daughters, making sure her husband had a suit. Her father-in-law picked up a cake and some fruit. And so like super simple. And she just was worried about making sure her house was clean, was it? Okay. And so hadn't thought about any of those other things like photography. And so I felt so grateful that I felt prompted to ask her about that. And then I followed through because at first I was like, this is kind of their special day. Like, I don't want to step on her toes. I didn't step on her toes. I was being a friend. I was being supportive. I was being helpful. I saw something that needed to really be recognized, and I offered to help and to make a difference with that thing that I saw that needed to be recognized. And so do that for yourself. When you see those opportunities come up, recognize how can you help make a difference to help make something better than what it is and live your brand, right? I'm always telling you guys, live your brand, okay? This isn't something that was like a work related thing. This was not me planning out some LinkedIn articles with a client or something like that. No, it wasn't anything like that. This is a great friend of mine. I love her little family to pieces. And I thought, maybe there's something here that I can be helpful and make a difference. And I'm so glad. So I grabbed my camera, make sure my battery was charged, make sure I had my memory stick, and showed up and we took the photos. Now I'm just going to take them off of this and put them on a thumb drive and give them to her. So look for those simple things that you can do to augment what's going on and to make a difference and lean into it, you guys. Lean into those opportunities to contribute and make a difference wherever you are. Look for those opportunities. Don't hold back. Because I'll tell you what, if I had gone and then realized they don't have a camera, I mean, I could have used my cell phone, right? But I would have felt really bad that I didn't speak up. And I'm so glad that I did. So learn from this example, lean into those opportunities for yourself. Look for those little things, those little one-off opportunities in your life where you can leverage your brand and don't hold back and be like, can't, I'm not a wedding photographer. Who cares? She didn't need a big time wedding photographer. She needed somebody who was sensitive and conscientious enough to recognize you're getting married and you're going to want some photos. And so look for those things. to go and do what you need to do in your life. And if you're not even sure what your personal brand is, get in touch with me. I do personal brand VIP days where we help you to determine your personal brand and then put together the strategy so you can leverage the thing, okay? Because it does you no good to determine what your brand is if you're not going to leverage it. So get in touch with me. Let's schedule that personal brand VIP day for you. And so that you too can take full opportunity of those little living room wedding opportunities that come into your life as well. All right, my friends, thanks for coming along with me and go live your brand.